we've got another Somali pirate to report on. I reported on Omar Fateh just yesterday, and now there's another Somali pirate. This is Abdulwali Abdullahi Muhammad. I don't know how to pronounce these names. So this individual has been telling people, selling a housing development outside of Minnesota, and he has been giving people this bullshit story and made this video about this beautiful new housing development, and just the renderings are just, beautiful housing and state-of-the-art furniture and appliances, blah blah blah. Turns out it's fake. Turns out the land that this housing development was supposed to be built on is still completely empty. Not one shovel has hit dirt to this day. And this is, by the way, connected to the same Feeding Our Future grift where a bunch of Somalis stole $250 million from taxpayers during the COVID pandemic. So this is another Somali pirate grifter who has profited off of American taxpayers. Check this out. It's so bad that Keith Ellison, the supposed Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, you don't hear much from him anymore because he got lured back in the day. But he had to do something because this was egregious. This dude has collected $25,000 each from over 160 families in Minnesota. He has been collecting over $4 million to supposedly start this development, and he never had any intention on building these homes. He kept the money and he's been spending it. So it's called Nolosha Lakeville. Look it up. I'm looking this up on AmericanExperiment.org because the whore Jezebel, Sodom and Gomorrah media won't touch it with a 30-foot pole. So, here we are, citizen journalists who have to get out here and tell you the story. But you know what? I think we're going to find many more of these Somali pirates because it's been too easy for them to steal millions of American taxpayer dollars. Stay tuned because I'm going to be digging for more of these stories. We're nice to you people. We bring you over here by the millions. We shelter you. We give you a college education, Ilhan Omar. And what do? You tell us that you want a global intifada, that you want a jihad. God, they do not assimilate. They dominate. Make no mistake. We're going to see more Somali pirates. Stay tuned.
These Somali scams in Minnesota don't stop. First it was fake diagnosing kids with autism. Now they're literally leaving people out in the cold homeless. Look at this.
Assad Adow, owner of Leo Human Services, admitted in court that his company ripped off taxpayers to the tune of $2.7 million, falsely claiming to help 250 people find housing.
How many vulnerable people did you leave sitting in a snowbank so you could line your own pockets?
It's not the first time Mr. Adow did not want to answer our questions.
People say you're not doing work, that you're billing thousands of dollars for work that's not being done.
Come on, man. Let's stick to proper channels, man. I'm doing everything I am correctly.
KARE 11 Investigates first approached the BMW driving business owner last spring as we uncovered clients' claims of forged signatures and fraudulent billing.
I did not sign this legal document.
How would you describe that $14,000 that was billed to your Medicaid?
Fraud. On every level.
Bro rolling in a Beamer with no remorse while he's scamming Medicaid and the taxpayers. They're facing 45 years, but I feel like the property that they have over there in Kenya, it needs to be seized and so auctioned off. He probably just gave it to a family member. That's what he probably transferred that money to a family member because he knew he was going to get caught. Or maybe he was just too cocky and he thought he wasn't going to get caught because Ilhan Omar was going to help him out or something.
Vulnerable Minnesotans desperate to find a home.
And you're sitting there in the cold thinking, okay, any day now. And that any day never comes.
Assad's brother, Anwar, was running another HSS company, also committing fraud, called Liberty Plus, out of the Adow family's Blaine home. When agents raided the property, they found stacks of cash, tens of thousands of dollars, hidden under a mattress and in a suitcase beneath the stairs.
How much money did you move overseas?
As part of his plea deal, Assad admitted he used the money he fraudulently billed to buy property in Kenya. Both brothers face 4 to 5 years in prison. These federal fraud prosecutions are just beginning to ramp up. Later this week, we'll reveal the latest findings in our KARE 11 investigation that uncovered how fraud allegations in yet another Minnesota Medicaid program are tied to a man's death.
And we covered that one yesterday. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, that video will be out tomorrow morning. But let me show you the what's happening now with the people that got defrauded, because now that the service is shutting down, they're not getting their housing, issues taken care of, and now they're screwed.
Our top story tonight, a St. Paul man says he may end up homeless this winter after the state stopped paying his housing provider.
Now, a program that provides housing services to disabled people is under investigation for fraud, but it's leaving tenants.
Fraud is happening, right? You guys, leadership, DHS, Tim Walz, the mayor, Jacob Fry, y'all know all this rampant fraud is happening. Elderly people, disabled people, people that are really suffering, they're suffering. They're about to take the shit end of the stick of this whole thing, right? Not only are you guys not getting into it, and you're not chasing the fraud hard enough, not only are you doing that, but you're not doing anything for the people that are actually being abused by these programs that you guys allowed taxpayer funds to pay for. So y'all are just leaving everyone to hang and dry, just letting them out there to hang and dry and just not even caring about them. So what do they do? What are we supposed to do? What are those people supposed to do? I guess go look for another program and just make sure you look who started and owns the program, and make sure it's not some Abdullah, Mohammed, Fatah, Omar. If you see any name like that, just run. Just run for the hills. It ain't worth it. If it says, Anywhere Street 123 in Anywheresville, Minnesota, just run for the hills, man. It's just, sometimes these programs are so fraudulent. They just don't even care at all. Like, you'll look at their email and it says, I don't know, steal your money at yahoo.steal. Like, they just don't even care. But it's bad over there. In the leadership in Minnesota, they're just letting people down. And speaking of leadership, now we got to talk about Tim Walz, all right?
Hi, amazing people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandavas. If it's the first time of coming here, please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, drop a comment in the comment section, and turn on your notification bell so that you keep getting heads up and updates from me. In today's edition, we're going to be talking about fraud in the United States of America. So don't forget that this video is for educational purposes and not to lash on anyone. So credit belongs to also the owners of the clips and stitches attached to this video. With that being said, let's dive into it.
So apparently the Somali crew called Feeding Our Future was able to steal $250 million just by threatening Minnesota officials that they were going to call them racist if they didn't keep the cash flowing. And it worked?
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what it is. America has turned into a bunch of PUSSYs. You mean to tell me you let these people extort you for $250 million in 1 year because they threatened to call you a bunch of names? Are you for real? Whatever happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but names, whatever. Listen, let me tell you something. You so busy trying not to be the bad guy. You don't want to be the villain so bad that the pendulum has stretched and swung too far to the other side. And that is the problem. That's the problem. You don't went from, this is the land of the free, and then people can come and Get the American dream. Two, the American people are paying taxes, so we have to pay for everything, including our own thoughts. And you let these people come in here and tell you what you gonna do, or they're gonna tattletale on you. Man, y'all tripping. You better get your head out your ass, America. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Listen, this is what it is. If you don't like it here, if America is racist, if America is all these different things, you are more than welcome to go back to either where you came from, or you can go back, or you can go to another country that you think is going to treat you better. It's not a big deal. Get the fuck out. You don't have to stay here, whore. What the hell is we doing over here? So you mean to tell me we got veterans on the street living homeless? What is beeping on this thing here? We got veterans on the street living homeless, but you're going to give $250 million to a bunch of people that's not supposed to be here? Man, we got to get this shit straightened out, and we got to do it right away. I'm sick of this shit.
Flowing through me, taking lightly. Yeah. These fake niggas ain't gonna like me. Cause a nigga got a flow too real. Right. Shit, I bet they gon' gang up to fight me. Put enough of the stands, I'm repping my brand.
Come see Columbus, Ohio, fraud investigators. If you go to the government-assisted housing areas, you will find that most of the housing is Somalians. I would say about 80% of the government-assisted housing in Columbus is occupied by Somalians. And the parking lot is occupied with a whole bunch of brand new cars. And the women walking around have designer purses with EBT cards, and they have Apple iPhones stuck up in their hijabs. Yeah. And then go to the businesses that are owned by the men. Because see, what happens is when you have a restaurant or when you have a little corner store and you have a couple of wives and you only have to claim one, then that means the other wives get EBT cards, and you can use those EBT cards to buy food for your store or your restaurant. Yeah. Or what you can do is you can get a home health aid company. And then you only hire Somalians to work the home health aid. And what you do is you just make sure their paperwork looks right. It don't have to be right, but you just make sure it looks right. And then you send them off for those home health aid jobs. Y'all don't want to talk about fraud. So they are outside my house throwing something at my windows. And no, I'm not going to go look out the window and take video and all of that. I'm not going to the window. That's what I think they want me to do, is go to the window. I'm more angry than I am mad, even though my heart is bouncing out my chest. I am angry because that is stupid. And it makes me also concerned because I live in a boarding house, which means there are other women in this house. How do you know exactly which window is mine? Who told you? They got to be in this house to know. And yes, I rent from Muslims, so I don't know if my landlord told somebody which room is mine. But I'm not going to the window. And I'm not going to stop talking. They're trying to intimidate me. I must be telling the truth clearly. If I was making up stuff or if it was a fantasy, folks would have kept scrolling. But I'm not making up stuff. There is fraud in that community. And no, it's probably not everybody. But it's enough of them that they are like Planet Z zombies coming after me. I'm not going to stop talking.
How did you and your brother get involved in this HSS scheme? Fraud was a family affair for the Adows, as the two brothers have now pleaded guilty here in federal court to defrauding Minnesota's housing stabilization program out of millions of dollars.
Assad Adow, owner of Leo Human Services, admitted in court that his company ripped off taxpayers to the tune of $2.7 million, falsely claiming to help 250 people find housing.
How many vulnerable people did you leave sitting in a snowbank so you could line your own pockets?
It's not the first time Mr. Adow did not want to answer our questions.
People say you're not doing work, that you're billing thousands of dollars for work that's not being done.
Come on, man. Let's stick to proper channels, man. I'm doing everything I am correctly.
KARE 11 Investigates first approached the BMW driving business owner last spring as we uncovered clients' claims of forged signatures and fraudulent billing.
I did not sign this legal document.
How would you describe that $14,000 that was billed to your Medicaid?
Fraud. On every level.
Assad's brother, Anwar, was running another HSS company also committing fraud called Liberty Plus out of the Adow family's Blaine home. When agents raided the property, they found stacks of cash, tens of thousands of dollars hidden under a mattress and in a suitcase beneath the stairs.
How much money did you move overseas?
As part of his plea deal, Assad admitted he used the money he fraudulently billed to buy property in Kenya. Both brothers face 4 to 5 years in prison. Watch Housing Hustle on KARE11.com and streaming on KARE 11 Plus.
I've been doing everything I can to mind my business and work on my situation in the background. But since we want to come out and we want to talk about Somali this and Somali that, I started this page from the very beginning to expose these people, and they're not Somali. They're not Somali at all. These are white people. These are white people. Those Somali people took a kickback not to snitch on the white people that have been doing this for decades. And y'all not finna continue to play in my face because you're acting like it's just taxpayer dollars, like there's not actual victims of this fucking bullshit. When I've been one for more than 2 fucking decades, fighting by my fucking self. And everything you've done to me and you've done to my family, and then you want to sit on here and you want to kick up this Somali narrative. I have nothing but evidence. Video, audio, documents, emails, conversations. Stop playing in my face. Stop playing in my face. I tell you what. Oh my God. I tell you what. I'm about to contact this man, this Attorney General, Keith Ellison, once again today. And I really suggest somebody call me because I'm gonna lose my shit. While you're sitting here and trying to make this something about race, there are thousands of Minnesotans that are actually fucking dying. These 8 fucking Somalians or 7 and an African that took this itty bitty money. Minnesota gets as much as $36 billion every year. Nobody is following the money. Y'all don't know what the rules are. You don't know who's involved in it. And if you're going to play in our face and act like you're exposing the issue once again, but you're not, and you're going to turn it into some race issue while all the victims sit here in the back and nobody's hearing from the victims. Where are the victims at? Right. No face, no case. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Legally, it is 100% wrong. Fraud, whether it be housing fraud, whether it be tax fraud, whether it be benefit fraud, identity fraud, or immigration fraud, it is a high level of criminal offense in the United States of America. It doesn't matter if the person is from Somali, from America, Asia, Latino, refugee, citizen, or whatever. The law treats fraud as a very serious violation. Legal consequences on this can include paying back all money taken, heavy fines, criminal charges, jail time, and even deportation if they are not from the US. It can also attract permanent ban from entering the United States again. So legally, it is clearly very, very wrong. Morally, it is also wrong. Fraud means that someone is taking resources, taking housing, money, credits, or benefits that were meant for people who truly qualify. And this creates moral problems, it harms vulnerable people, and costs a whole lot. So housing and assistance programs are designed for low-income family and elderly people. So fraud steals from them. It damages community reputation. One person's action can make others look very, very bad, especially when the person belongs to a high visible immigrant group like the Somalian community. This is a break in trust. So the American system works on honesty, reporting real income, real identity, and so on. So fraud breaks that trust. So morally, it is very wrong because it takes advantage of others and damages the system that has been set up. Why some individuals still do it, and this is not an excuse. Understanding the reason why some people commit fraud do not justify, it does not explain the pressures, economic hardship, and when people struggle to survive, may feel desperate. There is a whole lot of confusing system. But in the United States tax and benefit system, this is difficult to understand. Some people misunderstand the rules, but some others exploit the complexity influence from others. Sometimes people just hear things like, just do this, take this, claim this. Everyone does it. They're not going to catch you, even though it's illegal. You just go ahead and do it. Now, when it comes to opportunity, when some people see this kind of thing in the system, some of them take advantage. But again, these are just explanations and not justifications. Now, why it is important not to generalize this to all Somali people is this. One Somali guy committing fraud does not mean that all Somali immigrants as a group are fraudulent. I want to say categorically clear that every community have good people, hardworking people, honest people, and a few who break the law. So most Somali immigrants in America do work multiple jobs, pay their taxes. Also, they start their businesses and they do take care of their families and they follow the law. So the wrongdoing of one individual should not be used to judge millions. Final verdict on this is that the legal view is wrong. Moral view is wrong. Social impact on this is harmful. Community reputation is damaging. So the generalization is also unfair and very incorrect. So one person's crime is their crime and not the identity of a whole community. So let me have your thought on this. Your opinions, your observations, your questions are welcome. Drop your comments in the comment section. And also like, share, turn on your notification bell, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. My name remains Sandavas. With that being said, don't forget that this video is for educational purposes and not to lash on anyone. Credit belongs to the owners of the clips and stitches attached to this video. Peace and love. Until my next one, bye for now.